単位は D のテスト
Hello everybody, my name is Drake.
And I'm Grant.
And together we are JoJo Overdrive. Today, we're at chapter 15, I believe the penultimate chapter, right? We only got one more after this.
Penultimate, yep.
15. We're at the end here, basically. And this is probably going to be a shorter episode, just based on the fact that there's not too much information here.
There's one thing specifically that'll be interesting. Yeah.
There's one thing.
I think, the series is wrapping up. We kind of figured it's kind of weird. We're getting like one more chapter after this because of the volume releases or whatever. It's just a bigger volume, I guess.
Yeah. I just assume the final volume will be slightly longer. I assume they're not doing a one-chapter volume. That would be strange, but yeah. In this chapter, pretty much the whole thing is just a bunch of Hol Horse characterization. That's practically the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's not too much, but the stuff we do get out of it is a lot of fun. I do think it's a good chapter. Overall, this whole series has been it's had its ups and downs, but it's mostly stayed on the more up section. It's been moderately entertaining for the most part. But yeah, I enjoyed the parts at the very beginnings where we get like the redrawn panels or whatever of all the old events.
It's really cool, yeah.
And everything, and it looks like Stardust Crusaders, but it's still more updated-ish to look like the design of this artist instead of Araki. So
yeah,
stuff like that is always a lot of fun. And then we get like the flashback of the chapter, which is and I believe this is right after Hol Horse tries to shoot Dio, I think.
I would think, yeah, that's why he's like running out of the place.
He's reading the book at the beginning, I think that's what that is. Yeah, I believe that's what he's doing when in Stardust Crusaders back at the interaction with Hol Horse. And then we get a pile of dying women, which is a pretty
most normal day in Dio's mansion.
Yes. Very, very, very interesting section of the story here, but it is kind of cool to see this because we only ever like heard of him doing this before, and we only saw like one woman die or whatever. So it's kind of crazy to see how many girls he just has here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And then we get a very cool part with Hol Horse or whatever, being the guy he is. He rescues some of the women who weren't dead yet or whatever.
I think we're both on the same page that these three women are the mothers of Riccio, Angalo, and Donatello.
Yeah, that's absolutely what I believe. There's three of them. I don't know how it's not connected to Giorno or whatever because
Giorno's mom gets like let free or whatever.
Something like that.
Like,
yeah.
She just gets to leave.
Yeah, but we never see that moment, so I wasn't sure if it was like implying here. But looking at it closer now, yeah, there's exactly three of them here. So I presume which I think that's a really, really super fun way of
connecting all the parts.
Yeah. To this moment like causes the ending events of part 6. That's pretty wild. That's pretty actually crazy. And going off
I think it does obviously make sense. And I could see some people criticizing it in kind of the Star Wars effect of it making the universe like kind of too small, but for me it works, honestly.
Well, if it was just like 3 random people, if it was like I don't know, some random part 6 side characters, but no, it's like these were Dio's children or whatever, so they were already connected back to part 3
exactly
in and of itself. So having another connection back to it isn't like too far of a stretch.
I think I saw some people mention that the dates might not line up like exactly, but this is what it's implied.
And then the woman, I guess, and then you could, I guess, but who knows? I think either way it works out. Ages haven't mattered too much in JoJo regardless. Everyone pretty much looks the same. Everyone has a young design, a regular design, and an old design. That's pretty much it. Outside of that, there's really nothing else that doesn't matter. more of Hol Horse going on about like the whole him being the emperor or whatever, which I always found kind of fun because it's a cool stand name. It's emperor or whatever, and it's making it like a kind of like a not like a catchphrase, but more like a character, an aspect to his character. Like he has to live up to his stand name or something like that, which was already a concept introduced, I believe, last chapter. It was the one with Darby in it, which no, it's not last chapter. Something about
3 chapters ago, I think.
Something about that. I could be messing it up again. This series being monthly, I don't reread it every single time, so I forget some of these things. But yeah, I looking back at it, like about 16 chapters is a good length. I think was about what I expected. It's in total, it's about what I thought would be.
I mean, it's 3 volumes, which is pretty much what everyone was figuring, because just how the story was going.
Oh, and we never said it. It was announced that it's getting a light novel version or whatever. And
and obviously it makes sense because the guy that wrote Purple Haze Feedback, so like it might have originated as a novel, and then they just changed it to this, and then now they're putting it back as a novel. You can put up the cover art or whatever. It's pretty cool.
Right it's pretty nice. It's Araki. I believe this is like the first time Araki's drawn Hol Horse in years. It's been a while. I think the last time was for the volume.
The Jejonium ones, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, but it's still like been a good amount of time compared to like most.
Yeah, we need. Call me when he draws Speedwagon again.
Call me when he draws Devo the Cursed again. That's what I want to see. What else do we get here? We get a kind of funny panel of Hol Horse looking stoically while he has a gun to his face that I kind of found funny.
Fluoride stare.
The fluoride stare. What's that one shot from Hunter x Hunter or whatever with what's his face? Whatever. I'll put it on screen. The stupid face, the meme. It's cool, and then it reminds her of Kakyoin or something. It's like, okay, that's weird, but I'm fine with it.
Man, she is obsessed with Kakyoin. Yeah. Chill, bro.
Also, I genuinely don't remember why freaking Ryoko is half naked still. I don't know what freaking...
It's because the outfit switched or whatever with Boingo.
Oh,
like,
really?
Boingo's wearing her outfit, yeah.
That's weird. Whatever.
It is weird,
Probably unnecessary. Whatever. Very, very strange to have... She's been like this for the past, like, 5 chapters, like a whole third of this entire story.
Yeah.
Very interesting decisions. Whatever. And then we get Hol Horse like admitting to helping Dio and whatnot, yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much just wrapping up Hol Horse's character, whatever. And then Hol Horse starts bleeding from the wound or whatever. I assume it's the one when he shot himself.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it is.
This is an old wound that never healed up, right?
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, just a lot of, and then the chapter ends. There's not a lot to it. And then we get the reunion of all the characters at the very end. There's Boingo, who has been hiding for the whole entire goddamn time.
I think that we're gonna see just like one more confrontation with Karaya, and then it's kind of over.
Yeah, because I don't think he was dead.
No, he wasn't dead. No, not at all.
He was flying away. He was flying away like as like a hot air balloon or something. Let me click super fast back to the previous chapter.
It never said retired. It never said dead. It never said any of that.
Yeah, but his body is literally fused with the...
No, I know, but it doesn't matter. He's not dead yet. I think there'll still be something.
One more. That's fair. We could do one more. It would be... I just feel like it would be a bit...
Not a fight, just an interaction. Like how Kira... Like, okay. You know, like Kira in front of the ambulance, you know?
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna have the next chapter's gonna have the first pages in color, which is really nice.
Oh, really? I can put that in the thumbnail now.
I know. Oh my!
Nice. It's been a while since we had colored.
We need that for part 9. A little behind the scenes. That has been brutal doing thumbnails for that.
Color pages. Colors always make them look nice.
Because we have figured out that people click more if there's colored manga panels.
Yeah,
it's just a thing.
It just looks nicer. It's just a thing. People see colors and like, this is better. And it's like, Araki, make more color pages, damn it. Also, I want more color pages because they look good. I want to see more. I want to see more color schemes or whatever.
That one JoJo thing is becoming like the whale render for JoJo fans. Which is the same image in every thumbnail.
The same fluoride stare at every I occasionally just see like the profile picture of JoJo just staring off on Twitter, and it feels like it's like I just keep seeing it over and over, the same profile picture, and it scares me. It's like the Wonder of You. It keeps on appearing, and I can't stop it. But yeah, that's mostly all I had to say.
What do you think's gonna happen next chapter?
Next chapter, what I think's gonna happen is I think you're right. I think you've kind of convinced me. We're gonna have one last chat. We're gonna have one last chat with what's his face? I already always forget his name.
Pariah.
Yeah, Pariah. I just remembered it. We're gonna have one last encounter. They're gonna send him to prison or whatever, or something like that.
The Stone Ocean prison. Green Dolphin Street.
And then there's gonna
Stone Ocean prisons in Jolian.
They're gonna. I think Josuke's grandpa's gonna show up. That's like gonna be the ending, or whatever, because that was a big part of whatever.
Hol Horse is gonna like shake his grandpa's hand and be like, I wish you a long life, a long and happy life.
And then I think this is going to end directly
in part 4. Yeah, I was gonna say
it's gonna end with him getting harassed by people as he's staring at a turtle.
They have to do a gag where Hol Horse immediately gets a taxi, and then the next taxi that comes, JoJo comes out.
JoJo steps out of it. They cross paths, and then they don't even realize it.
They just stare at each other for 5 seconds, and they just
what?
and then they just leave.
Yeah,
it'd be kind of funny.
Would you?
I don't.
What if there would be like one interaction between Hol Horse and
that feels so freaking fanfiction-y, but like it would be kind of fun.
It's possible they meet at the airport or whatever as JoJo is arriving or whatever before he gets on the taxi.
I mean, it wouldn't like break. It wouldn't break in or anything. It would just be like it would just be funny.
Yeah, it would be a really cool moment, I think, personally.
I'm more curious what they're gonna do with Ryoko, because obviously she never shows up in part 4.
Yeah, so she's just gone. I mean, she kind of her story arc throughout this is a bit strange. It's a bit it's kind of
definitely the weakest
opportunity, I think. She shows up and is like, I'm gonna find out what happened to Kakyoin, and then they're like, he got killed, and she's like, okay, I guess is that sure, I guess nothing really happened with her.
It was just the author couldn't do really much, because in part 3 it explicitly is like his family never found out how he died or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever.
I just think she could have been a lot more of an interesting character than female Kakyoin, who is obsessed with original Kakyoin.
Yeah. I'm glad that Hol Horse isn't dead, unless he gets shot in the next chapter suddenly, in which I would cry, but that's fine. That's fine. Everything still fits into canon though, which is nice. There's nothing super, like, no big discrepancies or whatever, as far as I can tell. Everything pretty much fit nicely. The only thing that was pushing it was the Kakyoin phantom, like, future communication, which was very peculiar. But that didn't really break anything.
Kakyoin is just alive at this point. He's a force ghost, man.
He's a force ghost, basically. That is what all the JoJo ghosts are like. They're just force ghosts. That's so true and real. Except they're always yellow instead of like blue. They're golden, you could say.
A golden experience.
A golden experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, for second to last chapter, it did its job. Everything's pretty much wrapped up. So we're
gonna miss doing these monthly chapters. This is like the secret club for true JoJo Overdrive patriots.
The only real JoJo Overdrive patriots watch the Crazy Diamond reviews. All like 5 of you. You guys are the true fans.
I don't know. Maybe we'll do. I mean, it could be fun. What if we did like a book club thing where we have like chapters of like Purple Haze feedback?
Purple Haze feedback. We could honestly. We might just wanna. We could probably cut that into a couple parts of a longer video, like we did with our Jolian retrospective. We could do a Purple Haze feedback retrospective.
You guys want to see Purple Haze feedback retrospective?
We'll do. Don't ask us about George Joestar. We're gonna wait a bit.
We have plans.
I have plans that they don't want.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
because the haters will stop me. But yeah.
Also, if you want to watch a really good video that no one watched, watch the Dragon Drive video.
The Dragon Drive video, the classic.
Yeah.
That's a funny video. Good times. We've had some good times over here at JoJo Overdrive. Man, what a fun little ride.
It's been 4 months, 5 months almost.
It's been 5 months.
We're acting like we're 10 years on here. Like
it feels like it's been over a year. It is in fact not. When did we start doing these
December.
reviews?
This is the 5th chapter we've done for Crazy Diamond.
Okay, so we started back in chapter 10.
I think so.
Right? That sounds right. Chapter 10.
Yeah.
Oh, so we've done like a third of the series technically.
Oh no, chapter 11. Chapter 11.
Okay.
We've done chapter 11, 12, 13, 14, and this is
now
15.
15. Wow. How very cool. How very cool. And we still got one left. It's not dead yet.
I know.
One more, and then it's kind of. This was a nice little addition to all the JoJo Lands chapters we were getting. It was just a nice little boost. Now I have one less thing to look forward to. That's a shame. I'm sure something will come along to replace it. I would love if another series like this came along. If
I know.
This was like a on rotation thing where every single short series ended and then there's another one someplace in some time.
Like they do like a 6-month break and then they do like a Purple Haze feedback manga.
That would be great. Now that we're getting a light novel version of this, the precedent is completely there for a Purple Haze feedback adaptation. Absolutely.
Would be very cool. It'd also probably be longer.
Oh yeah, because the book is by I don't think I think it's more like 5 volumes. I think if I had to estimate the length. From what I hear, it's pretty long. Purple Haze feedback is long. It's not as long as George Joestar. It is not as long as George Joestar, as far as I'm aware. But it is still a substantial amount of length, I believe.
Yeah, it's 304 pages, so that's like pretty decent.
That's a lot of stuff. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you're here at this point. I mean, you might as well. And subscribe, stick around, because we got one more left to catch up on. And leave a comment below on how do you like this series? How do you like, now that we're basically at the end, what's your opinions on it? I doubt your opinions will change within one chapter, unless the final chapter is Josuke dies, and this is actually an alternate canon, and everything is ruined.
Josuke wakes up in the hospital. It was all a dream. He's in a coma.
Okay, maybe the story can be ruined in one chapter. Scratch that. Never mind. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. We will see you guys next time. This has been JoJo
Or will
Overdrive. Yes, we will. This has been JoJo Overdrive. Signing off.
Overdrive, coming through now. Watch where you're going. Overdrive, let the downside up to top notch. Whatever haters do.